My goal is not to ever let a cow have a bad day. Which do I like more? Do I like the ranch more? Or do I like the cows more? That'd be a tough one for me to answer. Because I like the genetics. I like the fact, making cows better.
So we are aware of Larry's service in the military as a young man, because the opportunity to return home to this ranch wasn't in the best interest of the family nor himself personally at that time. And so he went and pursued a career in service to his country. And then when the opportunity did present itself to come back to the ranch, that service continued. I can see the heart of a servant in the man.
That brought me back to the ranch in 1995 after I retired. The easiest I can say it is that the ranch is part of me.
He wants to take good care of the ground and do things right, and he'll never stop. I can't think of a practice that he's implemented that I've said, like, that's wrong. It's more like, why are we doing it this way? And he'll say, this is why.
I don't consider myself an innovator, but I consider myself more of an early adopter of practice. I'll let somebody else make the mistakes and I'll learn from their mistakes.
One of the things, in my opinion, that makes us unique among ranching operations that I don't know of anywhere else is he came back here, he educated himself on industry best practices. So already he was changing things before I even thought about coming out here. So when I came out here, he didn't have these, I've been doing it this way for 40 years attitude. It was like, well, this is what I've read and this is what and then if I had a new idea, he'd entertain it. He'd never like shoot anything down. And he might tell me like, well, this is why that doesn't work, because I was getting educated fresh, and so was Jen on everything.
The Beef SD program came up, and Stacy Hadrick gave us a call, and she said, you guys need to apply for this. And at that point, it was a 3-year program, fully covered. And it was the first time that we really got to dig in deep with our knowledge together and learn at the same time.
But what we learned there together as a couple, Jen and I, was super valuable. So this ranch is well over 100 years old now in the family. So the legacy aspect of it is undeniable in terms of motivation.
That part was so important to us when we decided to come back. And so making sure that the land is cared for, that we are good stewards of what God has put into our hands. So whether that's the grass or the water or the critters or the wildlife, I think those are things that we really think about.
How do we take care of the grass so 10 years from now we still have grass that's better? It's always better. So one thing that he's really good at is finding out what programs are available that help us meet conservation goals, because conservation is expensive.
I think I can attribute Rod Baumberger for one, Dave Schmidt for another, and Dave Steffen for getting me involved in helping set up the Grassland Coalition. We had 2 or 3 meetings in Pierre where we discussed that organization and how to go about it. And then I served briefly on the first board of directors of the Grassland Coalition.
They are able to think about their operation and how they're managing it as a system you know, whether it's moving their calving date or changing their marketing strategy, you know, they really understand and practice the 3 pillars of sustainability. So economically, they actually know what their break even is on their animals. And Stomprud's have not only kind of economically made their operation viable, but also environmentally, they're not done learning about ranching, how to, you know, improve the profitability of their operation, and, you know, most importantly, how to make sure that it's still there for Jay and Jen's kids and their kids and, you know, everyone after that.
The Leopold Award honors Aldo Leopold. Both my granddad and my dad embodied what Leopold wrote about. So it's quite an honor for me to receive this award.
We're really excited for him because that was one of his goals, his main goals in life. And we've supported him wholeheartedly, and we just kind of do what we need to do to make it a success for him.
I think for both Jay and I, continuing the education and the advocacy is a really cool part for us. We love sharing our story. We love having people out here. We love teaching people and talking to people.
I enjoy ranching. I like cows. I like being able to do the things that we've been talking about, the cross fencing, and make things better. You know, I'm not going to live long enough to see the end result of this, but I'd like to think that I had something to do with making the ranch better.